it's Jess.
And Shell.
Welcome to Real Talk Tuesdays with Jess and Shell, where we talk voiceover.
And some other things.
Thanks for watching.
Hello, Jess. How are you?
Hey, Shell. I'm good. How are you?
I look a little tired, and I am. That's real. Mm.
Well, you're usually not up this early.
I know you got me waiting.
Yeah. This is like my time in the studio, getting up early and getting
I'm like,
done. And then,
oh, it's true. It's true.
let me
Okay.
see your coffee cup.
I do. Oh my God, it's bigger than my head.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the coffee connoisseurs out there, they would be mortified by my coffee because it's my husband's a big coffee guy, and he's like, don't tell people this. I I like the ritual of coffee, but I literally am trying not to drink that much coffee, so I'll put like a little coffee and the rest is hot water. So I like dilute I know coffee people are like,
Oh, ah,
they're like, that hurts my heart. But yeah, so my husband's like, don't tell people that. But like, I don't like who you do you, right? Like if that
right.
still feels like the ritual and you're not like having that much coffee. Because if I had 4 cups of that much coffee, we would have a problem. So
Some people have that much coffee and then add
yeah.
creamer to it. So
Yes. So there, thank you. Thank you for normalizing my issue. This is our next episode, and the episode topic of the day is, well, it's more a question. When you go somewhere or you're at a party or really anywhere and somebody asks you, so what do you do? And you
my
tell
first
them,
thought is, well, I'm a voiceover artist.
and how do they look at you? Like, what
It's
is?
like it's like crickets.
Most people
Oh,
are like, what does that mean?
and
What?
sometimes it ends there, and I realize, you know what? I'm just not going to go there. We'll just
Don't need
leave
to
it at that.
explain.
And I think all they hear is artist. Okay.
Oh, and they're like,
Because you could say
yes,
voiceover talent, voiceover actor. I always use
yes.
artist because that's how I best connect with
Mm-hmm.
what we
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah.
But I've learned to say things like, you know how you're watching TV and your favorite show is on and then it pauses and it goes to a commercial break and
Mm-hmm.
there's commercials and you hear that voice? That's voiceover. Or have you done any training modules lately, with reskilling
At
or
your work, yeah.
yeah, I do that.
Hmm.
Like reading in this module, we're going to talk about blah blah blah.
Yeah, you try to give them
Click
some
next to
real life
continue.
examples. Yeah. I feel like so my experience is I feel like most people, when you tell them that, like the commercial thing, they're like, oh, that's so cool. Where have I heard? Right? That's the typical. But I will say a lot of my colleagues, maybe it's more in the acting world, I feel like they always get a negative. Like I've never gotten really a negative response to telling people what I do. Whereas a lot of people say, "Oh, well, what do you do for a real job?" Like they don't see it
That's
as,
a valid
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
yeah. And that makes me so sad. Like, especially if you really are doing this as a real job
I think
and
people just they don't know what it is. So it's
mm,
easy to write off if you can't visualize what that looks like. If you say a doctor, oh yeah, wow,
yeah,
that's amazing. You're saving lives.
right. That's funny you say that. I always, whenever I get stressed about anything in this career, like or a live session or I just get like my like anxiety gets up there. I always say that to myself. I'm like, you are not saving lives. I don't know about you, but I always feel like it feels kind of like a cool job, like to say, like I'm proud to say it when I say it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
That's
it's different.
fine. Like it's
Yeah,
it is very different. But I think what I love about voiceover is that every single day is different.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
I wake up and overnight there's things that come in. It's like, oh, I get to read this script today, or I get to learn more about, this how
topic.
to how to package candy.
I've learned things about, you know, like things I would never have researched or thought to look into, but like now I've gained that knowledge and I know about it. And also like, what was it? A couple weeks ago, there was like a Jeopardy question. And my husband's really good at Jeopardy. We watch it every night. And
My
and
husband.
the yeah, is he
Yeah.
smart?
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
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 And I know, and I'm smart. Like I'm socially smart and I'm like I know a little about a lot, but I wouldn't say I'm like an intellect or anything. Like, let's not go that
Right, I
far.
know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm smart, and but like he gets a lot of the questions right, and those are hard. They're hard questions on there. But like sometimes ones will come on. Multiple times this has happened. Last week it happened. It was like, in 1922, whatever it was. I don't remember. Of course, I didn't retain it, but they said, something, and Henry blah 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 started this company, and it was a spot I had just done about the history of Bausch and Lomb.
Oh, how funny, and you're like,
And
"I
I
know."
was like, Bausch and Lomb, because the guy on the actually guy said another like eye company. So the guy on the thing on Jeopardy didn't get it right. I was like, Bausch and Lomb. Tony's like,
Yeah,
what?
take that.
Yeah, and I knew that literally because I had just done a voiceover on it. Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of cool. So you do, it is like an ever learning constant thing where you just learn about such random things, right? And actually, I have a lovely friend, good friend and colleague, Melanie Murphy, who created a really funny video that kind of depicts a little. I guess without speaking about it in video, it just kind of shows you some daily applications for voiceover. So we're going to show that right now.
You've reached Melanie Murphy Voiceovers. Leave me a message, and I'll call you back.
Hey Melanie, it's Bruce at Cake Mix Recording. I'm looking forward to our session today. See you soon.
Bye, babe. I love you. Have a great day.
It's like a Corolla, but with everything you want. The all-new Chevy Cruze.
Fill on up and then come on in. Yes, you. We've got sodas for just 99 cents.
93Q is getting you up close and personal. Keith Urban, The Band Perry, Billy Currington, Sheryl Crow, Easton Corbin, and more. The new 93Q.
Hey, Linda, I got your message about tomorrow's session. Yes, I'll be there.
Next, point to the ball. Ball starts with the letter B. Now, trace the letter. Welcome back to the Offbeat Business Podcast with your host.
Red line. This stop, City Place.
I have so much to be grateful for. I've accomplished a lot. And the best part? This. Nothing beats a live directed session. Because at the end of it, I know I've helped their business. And that's what I love to do. 6th floor. Cake Mix Recording.
Hey Melanie.
Hey, Bruce.
Welcome to Cake Mix again.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Here's your script.
Build a better website in less than an hour with Go Central, GoDaddy's mobile-ready service that gets you started for free.
From there, simply customize it and start attracting visitors.
Designed for all, designed for you. GoDaddy. I'm Melanie Murphy. Whenever you hear my voice, I'm there.
There's a really interesting story about that. And we actually have the person who did that video with us today. And she's actually she's busy today and she's coming from somewhere. So she's like, I'll just show up. I might be wearing a hat. So I was like, it'd be funny if we were wearing hats to welcome her in. Like, all right, let me just tell her she can come in. Hold on. This is real, right? Come on in. I'm texting her, but let's put our hats on.
All right, so
How are we going to do our hats with our headphones?
let's just put over the headphones because
okay.
I won't be
I don't
able
know
to
if
hear
mine will.
anything.
Yours will fit, but mine will not. But go for it. Whatever works.
So
Oh my
this is
God.
the only hat I could find. Nice. What if she's not wearing a hat?
Well, then we're just going to look really silly. But that's. This is.
You have
Okay,
a
if
bee
this,
hat.
it's a bee. It has little. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. This
But
is a sauna hat. Who
it's a
wears
what?
this in a sauna?
I
We
don't
got
know.
it with our sauna, infrared sauna. Like
I
who wears
don't know what
this?
that is. We're going to invite Melanie Murphy, voice talent, friend, and
Oh.
colleague in. You ready? Here we go.
My heart is so warmed by
Yes.
your hats.
She is wearing a hat.
I mean,
Because
come
I
on.
came from the park, because it's real life.
It's real life, and I'm wearing a bee and over my headphones, which makes me look even more ridiculous. And what kind of hat is that, Jess? You're wearing a sauna?
It's a sauna hat.
What's a
We bought
sauna
an
hat?
infrared sauna and it came with the sauna. And I was like, who wears this?
In the sauna?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not hot. in
happening?
there? I don't know. This is the first time I've ever
Oh.
worn it. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. It's
Well,
gotta look
I feel like you
Well,
should
I'll
wear
just
that
say-
everywhere.
I feel more normal Just
Right? You actually look the most
Good.
normal in this whole group.
thank you
But
for letting me be in your group.
you're welcome for like us normalizing you wearing a hat to our session and making us look more ridiculous. And you don't look ridiculous at
Exactly.
all.
You look cute.
That video that we just showed was actually created by Melanie here, and she thank you for letting us show it. I know it's like a little older, more dated kind of video, but it actually has a really cool story about it, which we're going to actually talk about next week. So this will be the end of this, and you will see Melanie again next week. So tune in next week to see how she made that video and turned that video into actual booked work.